What is an issue though for a lot of sensitive people is the packing material. Usually standard protocol for them is to take the sauna out of the boxes, get rid of all the chemicals, and stand the panels up against the wall. Just leave it in the garage for a week. Let that stuff air out. Because the thing that they're reacting to is not the sauna, it's the packing material that the sauna was in sometimes.
So, well, I've just been contacting a ton of different sauna companies, and I'm just a little concerned about the that most of them are made in China, and I just worry about VOCs. I'm trying to detox from internal mold and like heal from Hashimoto. So I know how important it is to detox. I just don't want to be breathing in other like glues or chemicals that are on wood or other things like that while I'm trying to detox.
Sure. Yeah, I understand. Well, there's 3 companies that are really made in North America. Some of them have glue, some of them don't. Heavenly Heat's one of them. Sauna Ray's another. Sauna Comfy makes near-infrared heat lamp bulb saunas from scratch in North America. But High Tech Health is imported too. Just because they have an office in Colorado doesn't mean anything. Just like the company that from the sauna that I'm sitting in right now, the Radiant Health, they have an office in Canada. It doesn't mean the saunas are made there. So be careful about the made in USA thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know, High Tech Health. I spoke to the woman and she said they're manufactured in China, but none of the parts are from China. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, same thing with a lot of them. They're all pretty much imported at this point, in some fashion or another. Like either the lumber, the heaters, the control center, the brain, power supply. They're coming from all over the place. But I understand your concern. Are you looking at VOC reports or anything when you're looking at purchasing a different brand?
I want to. I've just been asking about EMFs, but I haven't seen any VOC reports yet, except for the Heavenly Heat. I know. I think they said 0, but
yeah. What is it that specifically that you're looking for in a sauna for you? Like who's going to be using it? Do you have electrical limitations? Where are you located? What's the climate like? All that kind of stuff.
I was going to put it in my bedroom, and it was just probably going to be me using it, maybe my husband occasionally, but it's mainly to detox and try to like heal my Hashimoto's and get rid of internal mold.
Okay. And your current health complications right now are, or you don't have to be specific, but just a general idea of where you're at?
Oh, yeah. So I would say the Hashimoto's. And then about a year or 13 months ago, I tested positive for internal mold. So I've done all this other detoxing. I've done everything to detox except the sauna, pretty much.
Okay. And do you have current sensitivities to anything? EMF, smells, VOCs, anything like that?
Oh, yeah. I feel very sensitive to like chemically smells.
Okay. So what are some of your triggers, just to give me?
Normal deodorant or like men's cologne or women's perfume.
I'm curious, just out of for my own personal thing, how many saunas have you looked at now?
Maybe like 6. So I looked at the Radiant Health one that he recommended and that other one that he recommends, Clear Light.
The Clear Light, yep. Nicoletta, you were talking about a little bit of sensitivity towards perfume, towards cologne, and what else?
Yeah, like normal deodorants that are very like perfumey will trigger a headache. So
okay,
like
any kind of specific candles, wood smells, plastic.
Candles, if they're like really perfumey, or those little air scent things that people plug into the walls or their cars.
Well, it sounds like based on what you're saying, a good sauna for you would probably be a 1 to 2 person, be plenty of enough space, and then any of the brands that you're asking about, I think you would do really well in. The Heavenly Heat, I don't know how difficult it is to put together yet, but the High Tech Health, a Radiant Health, a Clear Light, any of those generally do pretty well for MCS people.
Okay. What's MCS?
Multiple chemical sensitivity.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's usually an inflammatory response that goes along with the mold condition that you're experiencing. And then you get flare-ups from other things until those issues are addressed or improved, and then that tends to subside.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're amazing, Nicoletta. Thank you for joining us.
You guys are amazing. Thank you.
It's all Matt. But what's the main sauna you would suggest for the lowest VOCs? I know you said any would be okay, but do you know which one is the lowest? What are your thoughts based on the water. What are your thoughts on water-based glue? I
Not
try
an
not
issue.
to eat too much glue.
Yeah, not an issue. In the brands that I VOC test, it's not an issue. So like the Radiant Health, it's got a little glue on some of the seams on the core supports in the walls. However, you have to remember that the set point for those glues to become malleable again is higher than the surface temperature of the heater. The heater has a lower surface temperature than what it would take to liquefy those once that food safe glue is cured again. So I don't find it to be an issue. Most of the chemically sensitive people don't have an issue with that part. The part that they do have an issue with, though, with a lot of the saunas, is the packing materials. So I should say this, there are saunas out there that have glues in them that are not as I'm describing. And you can tell right away, like you will smell them. They smell terrible. There's ceramic style, not a high-tech health brand specifically, but there's a ceramic style heater company that makes saunas like the high-tech health. And they have a felt that's glued to the front of the metal heater guard. And whatever adhesive they use to glue that felt on is not the same as what they use in high-tech health. That's why you used to see the high-tech health on the certified sauna list, and not the other company. Because as soon as you get in there and you turn the sauna on, you have a grill guard with glue on the back of it and felt on the front that is directly in front of a ceramic heater. So you have super high temperature. It exceeds the melt point of the adhesive that holds the felt to the glue guard. These are red, by the way. High-tech health are blue. Not that the color means much, but just to give you some partial identifier. And you have to think about that. Every time you get in the sauna, the set point of that glue is being reactivated, and you're breathing that in, and you can smell it, and you can see it on the VOC meter, and you know immediately that you should not be in there.
What are your thoughts on water-based glue?
I mean, any of the food safe glues like a Tight Bond 2 or anything like that, it's going to be fine. You got to remember too, like if you look at this sauna that we're in right now, there's no parts of it in this cabin necessarily that are in direct contact with your body or the heaters that have been glued together. It's the core supports in the walls here that have been glued together. And then this paneling that goes over the top is covering that. It's not really as big of an issue. What is an issue though for a lot of sensitive people is the packing material. So you might get a sauna like this, a Radiant Health, or you might get a high-tech health, or you might get a Heavenly Heat. I don't know how they pack them yet because it hasn't come. Or you might get a Clear Light. And to protect them from rain in the boxes on the pallet, the first thing is they wrap the panels in a plastic sheet. And then on top of that is a white styrofoam about an inch thick so that if they get banged around, the wood doesn't get damaged. It's kind of, they have to do it. And then it's in a cardboard box and it sits in the warehouse like that for a while. So for MCS folks, people that are chemically sensitive, usually standard protocol for them is to take the sauna out of the boxes, get rid of all the chemicals, and stand the panels up against the wall and just leave it in the garage for a week. Let that stuff air out, because this thing that they're reacting to is not the sauna. It's the packing material that the sauna was in sometimes. Now, in other cases, I don't want to name the brands, but a lot of us know which ones they are. In other cases, they use a different milling procedure for the lumber. And whatever factory those saunas are made in, the processing procedure is different. And there's like an irritant in some of the wood. You won't find any of those saunas on the certified sauna list, but they're out there. There's a bunch of them that can irritate your eyes, your nasal cavities. It will make a MCS person react like crazy. They will not be able to use it. No amount of airing the sauna out is ever going to fix that. It's ingrained into the lumber during the manufacturing process. We stay away from those. She'll be fine with any of the brands that we mentioned earlier. If she gets into a pickle or has something else come up, just drop it in the group, and either myself or someone else that's suffered and been through that can also help her out.